Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today we're going to do spiritual guidance. Now, what's the difference between guidance and message? Well, at the end of the week, the spiritual message is talking about more of like a roundup of what's going on. The spiritual guidance is just kind of give you a heads up of things that you could really look at that's going to help improve your weekly work or what you're trying to get through this week. And this week is blatantly obvious. It's talking about honesty and being truthful with yourself. Both these cards, the wisdom card from yesterday, the owl spirit, it actually spoke of that. So I did talk about it yesterday, but I'm going to just bring up this one point that they say here that's applying to today's reading, which is trust in your ability to see the deepest truth in situations and in people. Okay, so, and the part of this card here, honesty, it says on the card itself, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So they're saying no matter what, no matter what's going on in your life, know that you can always be very honest with yourself, and you should be. You should be always blatantly honest with yourself, okay? Cafe Coco, as always. So this is, it says being truthful with other people can feel like a slippery business, okay? And sometimes it can. You can be in situations where it's hard to be like brutally honest. I will call it more brutally honest than honest. Sometimes you're doing it so that you don't hurt other people's feelings, okay? But sometimes you need to let a strong dose of reality to these people so that they know what's going on, okay? Honesty is usually the best policy. Honestly, you guys, you and only you know in your heart when the right time to be totally honest in a situation. But the only time I feel that you should be completely truthful is when you're addressing yourself, when you're talking to yourself. You must at all times present yourself authentically to those around you. Only by being you do you draw in the people and the situations and circumstances that you need to learn from. So it's important to be honestly you. You know, to just be truthful to yourself at all times, okay? Oftentimes we like to deceive ourselves. We look at situations and we'll say things that are maybe not true. I feel the Page of Swords. You see, the Page of Swords comes in and they says all kinds of stuff that sounds good, but in reality, it's not really reality. There are maybe different ways of you to do things, but you're deceiving yourself into believing that whatever you're telling yourself is the truth. So they're trying to tell you the wisdom here is to be brutally honest with you, okay? And so that means having a talk. I always say sit down and have a talk with yourself. And I'm not saying to be self-deprecating and to criticize yourself. This is non-judgmental conversation. This is just facing the facts, seeing the truth for what it is. Okay? This is a way of you to see something and then move forward with that knowledge. Okay? So I'm going to take from, this is the numerology. Music. And environment. Interesting. Interesting that music came out. Okay, so let's see. It's 5. Okay, so all I'm hearing from music is those love songs that those they left me love songs. Okay, it's weird that that's what's coming through because I feel this card is out of place, but It says to look to raise your vibration with music, with good songs, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting the both sides of this, okay? I'm getting that the songs, these are about songs that make you sit and deal with your feelings, okay? Those heartbreaking songs that are taking it out of you. Those songs, it's not that I want you to go back to that feeling, but those songs make you feel raw. They take your heart and they put it on a table, don't they? Everybody has those songs that really just, they just take it. They just do it for you. They just make you shed the tears. They make you face the facts. They make you feel the pain. Okay? So I feel that the card of music in this case is saying you need to be that honest with yourself. I'm not saying go listen to a song to make you feel bad. I'm saying that this is like an example of when you're really honest with yourself. When you allow yourself to feel the pain of loss and of grief. And grief is very it's just there, right? You just feel it so much. It is, they're showing me where you are the most vulnerable. It's the non-lies is what I'm feeling. There's no lying. You can't escape the vibration of the songs. Open you up wide. So this is where this music card fits into this reading. The honesty of it is making you face the fact there's environment. I'm going to take a look here in the book. I don't know if they're talking about, the green is making me feel like it's outside, but I feel they might be talking about who you are surrounding yourself with, Pisces, okay? Yeah, of what's going on behind the scenes. So this is very much about you being truthful with yourself. It's, again, about the truth inside of you. How do you feel inside of you? Okay? It's saying you're being encouraged to dig deep and look beyond the surface to question whether you're in the best interest of what you want in life, in this world. Okay? Yeah, it's going back down to brass tacks is what I'm getting from this. Absolutely. So check your environment. Check what you're saying to yourself. How you're feeling about things. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to pull from, what is this? This is the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. I don't use this one very often, but I felt it come into my gaze today. I also feel like, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with the same old people? I'm going to tell you something here that I've had with me for the last couple of days. I feel that people now are going back to living the lives they had before all of this started. Okay? The problem with it is, Pisces, is that we can never go back to that. So when you're meeting up with these people or just sitting down with these people, the energy feels strange. Because not only have you changed, they have changed as well. They may not even know what's going on. They may not even be able to put their finger on it, but things have changed. They are not the same people that they were before. So the environment also is changed. Not only the environment as the planet has changed, the environment of people's energies have changed. Everything has shifted. So I feel that this also goes into this message that there's some truths here that you're going to have to really revisit, okay? You're going to have to deal with some people who are trying to reconnect with you and find there's no more connection. And that was the biggest one, is that This is going to be some sad or some real information coming through. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but I feel that people, especially with all the holidays of the summer coming in, people are trying to reconnect. But I feel that they're, and this is what I'm feeling, the High Priestess, okay? The energies, the way that we're acting and reacting to each other, we have to face the truth that we are not in the same energy field. Before, we used to react the same old, you know, in a very human way. You this, me that, la la la. Now it's me is more than me. Me is intuition. Me is spiritual. Me is somebody who's changed their way of thinking, their way of doing. And you're trying to reconnect with people, and they're also going through their very different changes. So it's time to hear. It's time to hear the music. It's time to wait. Wow! This is coming in. Yeah, it's time to face the music. It's time to face the music. That things will never be the same again. This is the truth in the situation, Pisces. This is the real truth. You have to be honest with yourself about what is, okay? And it's okay. It's okay to be sad because ultimately something was lost. And not all of it was bad. But you may not be able to recapture some things, okay? Some things are gone. This is a time for new. And there's going to be, the environment has changed. You have to see the wisdom in that. And you can't be deceiving yourself. And I feel that as one of the biggest messages that I'm probably going to tell you from everything that stopped. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. The Magician, transformation, and ego. I mean, you can't, yeah, okay. The magic of the pandemic was that we started manifesting and empowering ourselves, okay, to what we needed to be and what we needed to do. We tapped into our personal power. We tapped into our spirituality. We tapped into our intuition. You have 1 and 2 here. And what happened is that then we gave up the illusion, the dependency, the materialism, and we went into our transformation mode, which is the Tower. Okay? We realized that our life needed to change, and we liberated ourselves. I mean, this is, you know, again, the cards are brutally honest, but they're being completely honest at this point. Okay? Your ego needed to die to transform. And the ego for me is, it's not death of the ego as such that we'll never have it. We're human, we need an ego. But that ego, okay? The, you know, going 100 million miles an hour in consumerism, completely disconnecting from each other, thinking we are separate from one another. This ego had to die, okay? Not the ego of self-preservation and, you know, humanity that we need to move forward. The other one. Transformation here, the realization, the liberation of that. Realizing that we're really all on the same line. That by having a disease that ravages through places that, well, we're at the mercy of whatever happens. It didn't matter your status, your money. If it wanted to kill you, it would have. And there's absolutely nothing you could do about it. Suddenly status, speed, disconnection. Well, it came down to a very basic level. We had to face all our fears. We had to sit down with ourselves and realize that we have to live today and make it count because tomorrow may not be there. And we had to be very honest with ourselves. And that leaves a lasting effect. No matter if that disappears and tomorrow everything goes back to the way it was in, let's say, 2019, you are no longer that person. You've had to have that conversation, and so did others. Even if it is not at the level that you did, they did. There were some real truths that were communicated there, real fears that came through. And the fact of it is that nobody was left unchanged. Even if they appear like they were not, they were. Okay? So in essence, what is left? What is left is picking up the pieces and carrying on. And finding the direction that we need to go into. Where do we want to go to now? Where do we want to move forward? In what direction do we go? Okay? So this may be the honesty that you are looking for, Pisces. Let me pull another card here. These all came out together. Yeah. Some real truth here. Real in your face. Okay? In your face, in your heart, in your body. Time to face the music. Finally understood. As I said, sometimes I'm slow, but eventually it comes, right? So, Queen of Fire comes out. You're determined, you're intelligent, you're exuberant, okay? And you're on fire. So, it's time to change the environment around you, Pisces. It's time to see things in a different way. It's time to have that hope, that vibrancy, that inspiration, that creativity, that confidence. Okay? Yes, there are going to be moments where you're going to feel like, ooh, this kind of stings. It feels a little tough. It feels a little rough. But ultimately, it's a brand new day. Okay, that's the other part. You have to be truthful with yourself. It is a brand new day. Okay, the Seven of Air is underneath here, and it says awareness, cautious, and consequences. And the fact is, what they're telling you right here is that there's consequences to being in this type of having had this experience. Okay, and we may be feeling like we're cautiously going back into it. But we feel the undercurrent of the remnants, okay? And the unspoken truths as well. Those things that you don't speak of. This card speaks to me of really protecting yourself and all the work that you've done as well. While you are facing the music or facing the facts of what is and how it feels and everything that's going on, I want you to remind yourself, Pisces, that you have worked very, very hard to where you are at and everything that you've accomplished and achieved so far. This journey that you've been on, all of this is hard stuff right here. This is like... To find your intuition, to tap into your magic is no small thing. A lot of most of the world, most of the planet, because of the environment that we had created before, they got completely disconnected from spirituality, from their gut feeling, their intuition. Okay? They just dismissed it, kind of just too busy for that, okay? And now, because everything slowed down, everything came out. We got out of it. Okay, everybody was offered, I feel like they're saying everybody was offered a chance to take that first step out of that ego trip. Out of that I have to be better than the Joneses and all of that stuff, okay? We were offered that to reconnect with our power. Now, some of us may have done it to a smaller scale, a higher scale, but you right here, Queen of Fire, which I said you guys were going to end up being fire in this year and all the years that are coming up. You're really tapping into that vibrancy of you, okay? We're going to be fire, and fire means beautiful, shining, okay? Shining brightly, believing in yourself. Okay, but you have to continue down this path. And when you reconnect with people and you see that awkwardness with them, of them not quite being able to reconnect or bring back what was before, you have to remember that the whole world went through a transformation. Okay, while you're just looking happy to reconnect with somebody for the first time, you may be able to see them with all their insecurities a lot more blatantly than before. It may be just kind of in your face, this honesty of them, seeing them with all their flaws. And I'm not saying that you are better than them. I'm just saying that you see it very honestly now. You have to remember to, I won't say just hit them with it, but be that person that sees it, that understands it, and then that moves cautiously forward with it, okay? Just take time to take it in. Realize that this was no small change. There was huge changes that happened. All right. So, let's continue here. These are big messages because they're spirit guidance. They're showing you a situation where, I don't know, you're seeing the world in a brand new way. It's like switching up glasses, they're showing me. You had a certain pair of glasses that made you saw the world in this kind of perspective, but then suddenly at one point you shifted in a brand new pair of glasses and things look awfully strange. You are used to you and all the changes, but now that you're reintegrating with other people, you're seeing, I don't know why I didn't see that about them before. You're able to spot a lot. And like I said, it's not for you to sit in judgment on anybody. It's just for you to notice, okay? To see the honesty of a situation, to face the music. And this may represent, I don't know. It may represent that some people just won't be part of your lives anymore, okay? Choosing your path. All is possible.